Hello. Let's make sure we work. We do. Good morning. Welcome to Coffee and Resales. My name's Ryan. I get stuff from yard sales, garage sales, thrift stores, similar places. Try to make a few extra bucks online. This morning, 6 weekend sales and a handful of decent finds, I guess, from late last week that I think I'm still sitting on that we can discuss. So I think that's going to be the big main point here today. Didn't hit any yard sales over the weekend. I hit one Friday and got I don't know. I got hardly anything at that one. But no, I'll tell you back. I did hit I did hit a local Methodist yard sale, and I got something from a grill. And I think a couple $3, but not much. Anyway, that's what it is. So let's jump into it and see what came out. 6 sales over the weekend, which is fine, not great, but not awful. And which were good. So not great, but good. Okay, so jumping into it. Iron Knuckles, good morning. Glad to have you. All right, where are we starting? Where you go? Starting with this. Religion. Politics is later. Religion. What the rabbis know about the Messiah. Sure. $8. Been sitting on this a while. So glad to see you get out the door and stop hurting my numbers. Next up, I thought this was going to sell faster than it did. Blue camo bucket hat. It's like the official military style, though I don't know that this was ever actually issued. I really like blue camo. I don't know why. I just do. I like blue camo and I like the black and white camo, and neither of those are useful in any sense at all. So that's what I got here. This went for $11. It's okay. It's a fun piece. Those are great hats, by the way. If you ever need one, you find one of the older style boonie hats. Love them. I actually have at least one, maybe two sitting around the house. I throw on when I do stuff outside in the summer. It keeps heat off my head and my neck, and that's a good thing. All right. Next, thought these were going to sell faster, and I even have a few more of them. It's some R.L. Stine paperbacks. Like, these aren't Fear Streets, but these are the Fear Streets. I think do tend to do a little bit better, but these are like his R.L. Stine novels. These are 5. These went for $12. I've got another small stash of them too, and I'm just surprised that these haven't sold as well. But there are Fear Street sets that do really well that you need, and I grab them whenever they're $1 or less. I always grab those RL Stine stuff. I know Urban Blue, White, and Black looks best on pro wrestlers. Yes, particularly if your last name is Dudley. So I think they did more for that style than anybody else. So anyway, R.L. Stine, Goosebumps. I don't grab Goosebumps as much as I used to. Now probably the only ones that I grab are the old versions. Now there are Goosebumps, like the last few Goosebumps of the original run, that are worth a little bit. And I think the original run is worth grabbing if you get it for like less than $1 a book. Maybe less than 50 cents a book, you can flip them. I used to grab Goosebumps all the time. They don't move quickly until I can get a big stack and then somebody jumps on them. I don't get them in like 1s and 2s. If I can get a big stack all at once for 25 to 50 cents a book, then maybe I grab them. But other than that, they're not worth holding on because they sit around too long. So that's that. unless you can get the whole collection all at once, then maybe it's worth doing. But look them up when you grab them and see if it's worth grabbing. Okay, next up, denim jacket, fleece lined. This is ZBK apparel. It's not like it's a great brand. This one for $20. Got it from a friend she was cleaning out her closet from some of her husband's stuff, and I was glad to help her, almost as a favor, just to help her start clearing stuff out. And sometimes you need to think about that when you got somebody who's like, I don't know what to do all this stuff. I just want to give it away. Be the agent of help. Sometimes, even if you're the one donating it. But some folks want to, they don't know what to do with stuff, or they come to the point when they need to declutter and they need a hand. And sometimes it's like, no, I can't sell any of this. I don't want it. Maybe you just be a favor, help them do the favor and get this stuff out of their house and out of their lives, because that's what they need. They need that more than anything. Something to think about. I've been there a couple of times with a couple of people where it's like they just need help getting this stuff out the door. Anyway, next up, this. All right, politics. This was a very interesting purchase, and I didn't look as much of it up, but what it is, and I'll start with this one. It was a stack of stuff from Nixon era. This is the Republican National Convention, I don't know, report or something, from 1968. And it comes with, there's a handful of like Nixon stuff, permanent roll of delegates and alternate delegates of RNC from 68, the Republican platform from 68, handful of other things here. The Nixon yearbook 68. So a handful of fun stuff. I don't know if the guy I got whose house was at was an actual delegate. He at least went to the 68 convention. So this stack of stuff went for $40 total. So now what I think really sells out of stuff like this is what you want is the original press packet. And I think that the press packets are the ones that really hold the value from convention stuff. If you look up convention stuff, there's a lot of stuff that really isn't that valuable. Now some of that I may be able to get like $3 to $5 a piece out of the flea market. Somebody may be interested at that level, but like flipping on eBay, there's a lot of it that's kind of surprisingly not worth as much unless it's a bizarrely rare piece from conventions and that sort of thing. So, anyway, finally, this version, Midnight Guard, Good and Evil, $30. This is a real particular version of Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. This isn't the, what is this? This is the special 2016 Books a Million edition of Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. It was a fun find. I live in Georgia, so copies of the original book are all over the place. I haven't run into an autographed copy yet, but like the chances are a little bit higher around here, particularly if you live in Savannah. What's fun about this is that for a long time you can go to Savannah and meet some of the characters in the real people in the story in the book. I think most of them are probably dead by now, but there's actually a handful of people that were. Well, kind of what made Savannah really kind of a fun place to go is you could actually run into them occasionally. But book's a good read, particularly if you're Georgian. It's I'm not Georgian. I'm Louisianian who out-migrated, which is a joke of a word. So anyway, so that's those sales from eBay. Quick hit on a handful of finds from last week. Let's see. This was interesting. This is a find I got. Slaughterhouse 5. One, always grab a Vonnegut. Particularly if it's a buck or less. Maybe say hardcover is $2 or less. Grab a Vonnegut. This is a reprint of the original hardcover. This is a reproduction, facsimile, however you want to put it. And these things actually occasionally hold a little bit of value, not as much as the original, but this may be a $30 book. And there were two of them right next to each other. I grabbed both. So always grab Vonnegut when you can. Let's see. And okay, last fun find. You see me talk about doing hymnals. Moravian Book of Worship. Moravians are sort of the OG Protestants. These guys were around before the Protestant Reformation, and they're still around today. There's a handful of them scattered throughout Europe and the United States, but they kind of stayed around through the Protestant Reformation. And this is a Moravian hymnal book of worship. And these things are, this is probably a $30, $40 book. So I didn't get this listed today. So this was a really neat find. It's one of those, if you have questions about hymnals, I did, like the one guide I did, I've got a guide about hymnals that you can go and check out on my channel. And it's a quick and dirty guide on what hymnals to grab, what to look for, and that sort of thing. I'd love to do a Bibles one day. I actually need like a stack of Bibles that I think I come across to actually kind of go through and discuss about how to resell Bibles. But that is all of it for today. So we're going to give a sip to that. That's it. So have a good one. Hope you sell some stuff today and get things out the door like I'm about to. And I'll catch all y'all next time. Like, comment, subscribe. Or not. That's fine too. It's not, but that's fine. And I will catch all y'all next time.